Yes, yes.
Huh?
Yes.
We had a very choshev event, a very choshev mishpacha. This morning I was at Medrash. It's film from Yankiv Plain here in Arbis Medrash. And a very meaningful yet a very tragic tale that took place at the end of the Milchama. Yamach Shema B'Zichron, when the Nazis were overthrown, they were finally captured. A chaplain, a Yiddish Talmud Chochem, Rabbi Livazer, checked into a hotel in Berlin. While he was checking in, so the desk clerk looks at him. He says, "Oh, you're a rabbi." He said, "Can you do me a favor? I have two young boys. If you look at them, so you'll see that they're so nutritionally deficient. They're so undernourished. You've seen people put away for their everlasting peace that look better than them. Their skin and bones. Could you talk to them?" He said, "Because they come to work here every day, and they used to eat here what we served in hotel, but then they discovered that the bread was made with lard, with chazir shortening, so they won't even take a drink of water. They want to use a glass of it. Can you speak to them?" So he said, "Certainly." So here's on the loudspeaker that the desk clerk is summoning these kinderlach, and when they showed up on the scene at the desk, he didn't exaggerate at all. They were talking their skin and bones. Their eyes were bulging out of their sockets. He immediately opened up his suitcase, and whatever rations, whenever he had food, nash, all kinds of nash, he offered the children to eat, these kinderlach. So they said, no, we're not interested in that. They're stunned, they're not interested. It looks like they're starving. They know he's a Rav, so he's going to give them kosher lesson. So, and one of them speaks up and says, "I'm 15 years old. It's 2 years after my bar mitzvah. I never put on a pair of tefillin in my life. Do you have a pair of tefillin that I could put on?" Oh, he did everything in his power to hold back his love. Fishbain, and he shouldn't break out the tears. And he gave him the tefillin to put on. I told over this story when on Labor Day, maybe some 30 years ago, on Labor Day, I got a call from a Hamish Yid, happened to be above the Chosif. She heard from Kornreich. He called me, he wants to know when we daven, because all the colonies from the shtetl were not there for everybody. There's a big mass exit, and everybody's leaving. So he called up, and so his colony didn't have a minyan anymore, so he called, "What time we daven Monday morning?" I told him what time. When I finished, right after Kriyas HaTorah, when I told over this story to the bar mitzvah bocher, it was a bar mitzvah bocher, that he struggled to say the Birchas HaTorah. He must have broke every tooth in his mouth until he finished saying the Birchas HaTorah. So Right after that, that's why I told you the story about the film. So he comes over to me, this Kornreich, he says, I want to say something about a bar mitzvah you don't know. What a magnificent English. Wow. If you know Russians, their attention span is about this much, a little bit. How I ever let him get up to speak, I can't imagine, but I let him. He got up to speak. He said, my dear bar mitzvah boy, if I could have a bar mitzvah like you, I'd be happiest man in the world. I'm staying like a bar mitzvah here. Like I said, he couldn't even say, very struggled for the breath. I said, I'll tell you why. I was bar mitzvah in Auschwitz. He said, my family, I was one of 250 mishpoch in my family. Nazis wiped them all out. I was the only one left. The only thing that I had from as a corn or something from my mishpocha was my father's film, and it was his Zaydish film, and that I guarded with my life. I had the concentration camp. He was in the concentration camp, and I managed to escape the concentration camp. I escaped the concentration camp, and I joined the Russian army, who were pursuing the Nazis. We're marching along, and of course there's an ishtal where you can take a bath, a shower. So whenever they saw a stream, some kind of body of water, they would get undressed, go into there, and get dressed again, and continue pursuing, chasing the Nazis. After one such stop, it was a mashki for Kisoy. He was always checking his pockets to see if the Tefillin are there. After one such stop, they marched off a while, and he put his hand. He was horrified. The Tefillin are not there. Who is they? So he turns to the commander, the Russian commander. He says to him, I lost something very valuable by the last stream, probably, where we washed around. I want to go back and go find it. He said, you're not going back anywhere. If you turn around, I'll shoot you, because we don't want to leave any traces. He says, I told the Russian commander, I don't care. That's more important to me than life, what I lost there. You can shoot me. Do what you want. I fell on the ground crying. My tears softened him. And he said, not only did he let me go, but he sent 2 soldiers with me. We should find the film. We went back. We found the film. Found the film. The war was over. And I found myself in Paris. I came to Paris, and somebody, Bakanter talked to me, there was a couple of years after the Chasne, and we didn't have mishpach yet. So people recommended a big specialist, a obstetrician, a big fertility doctor, and he was examining my wife, and he was asking her history, where she was during the war. So she told him that she was in Leipzig, in a munitions depot under the Nazis, and they every morning the Nazi doctors used to give them some kind of medicine. It was supposed to make them about the akoris. They should be sterile. So the doctor said to the young lady, you don't have to go any further. I examined maybe 200 girls who went through the same routine. And unfortunately, I must tell you sad news that medically there's nothing I can do for you. You'll never have any children. Oh my goodness, oh you vowed. You heard of a word like that. It's going Fishbain. Like the sky. Mein, the other story was, he says, we moved to America. We found there a specialist, a doctor, and today I have 30 Einiklach that are in Yerushalayim, and every summer they come here to the mountains to spend the summer with me. To tell the story. But Hashem should grant you that you should be have a chavivus in Torah in Yerushalayim, and we look forward to Matas Maseh, to Vayachnu Vayisu, that you go through life as a Nerech Hayid, a Talmud Chacham Muvak, and be zechet ha'ashros ha'shechina. Amen.
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 Yeah.